Scorpio, welcome back to the Renaissance Tarot. Welcome to your funny and your most favorite Armenian guy, where I serve and I slay. Dear Scorpiana, today I'm going to be doing your reading from January 20th to the 26th. This is a general reading, so it may resonate with you and it may not. Now, in this reading, dear Scorpiana, I'm going to be taking a look at your recent past, present, and future. I'm going to clarify your main challenge and get some final advice for you. Also, Scorpio, my phone is over there, but I got you. I think I'm gonna read your comment. Basically, Scorpio. Hold on, what was your name? Metamorphosized. I have to see your name, but I did choose one Scorpio for a free ask a question, get an answer. I will announce that at the end of this reading, and I will also pull some cards for you. Thank you so much for your contribution, for your continuous support and beautiful presence. Now let's get into your reading and see what's going on for you. We don't do reversals, honey. So I'm saying, okay, the death card. All right. So your challenge, dear Scorpio, is the Six of Pentacles. And what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck, you have the Eight of Pentacles. Let me just get some lighting over here. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I think that's good. Yeah. Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so your challenge here has a lot to do with the Six of Pentacles energy. I think you're in a place right now when it comes to this specific person, dear Scorpio. Ultimately, you're looking for an equal give and take exchange energy. You want to be in a dynamic where you are also being reciprocated. I do strongly feel like here that with the Six of Pentacles, many of you are balancing everything around your life, okay? You're recalibrating your energy. There is a very strong sense of setting boundaries and just knowing where the limits are. If someone here cannot come correct, if someone here cannot, show up properly, then you're not gonna sacrifice yourself, okay? And because also my North Node is in Scorpio, so this reading might resonate with me again. I don't know, but I'm gonna channel the message for you. So we're going to clarify shortly. In the recent past, we have the Five of Swords, Page of Cups, and the Moon. Now, in the recent past, some of you were dealing with a Gemini, Aquarius, Libra, could have been in Cancer. I do see here that there was a misunderstanding or there was a major argument and a conflict with the Five of Swords, competition, possibly a third-party situation going on. You were waiting for someone to confess their love towards you or to confess something to you. I think something was hidden from you in the recent past, okay? Maybe you found out about it or you still have these big question marks above your head. We're going to find out more. In the present moment, you have the Death, the Justice, and the Seven of Swords. Now, in the present moment, there is karma being served, to be honest with you. There is some sort of a situation that is going to come into the light, okay? Now, many of you, as a Scorpio, you have a very strong sense of intuition, okay? So you're a BS detector, you're a human light detector. So I do feel like here, dear Scorpio, that there is something here that's going to be revealed and it's going to be, there's going to be this sense of balance. It's a recalibration, it's a karma. You have dealt with certain individuals and an individual in the past who was not honest with you, I'm just going to have to come back a little from the camera. This is, by the way, Henry. This is Michael. You know what I mean? Okay, now we're good. Kind of give that head space up top. You know what I mean? So for many of you, you just know there was something off. Something was being hidden from you, and we're going to find out more. In the near future, you have the Three of Wands, the World, and the Eight of Cups. Now, in the near future, dear Scorpio, there is a very important thing that you need to know. Someone here is walking away and disconnecting, and I do feel like here this could be you. You could be dealing with a fixed sign here, okay? It could be a Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, Aquarius. I am strongly getting here travel here for you in the near future, and you basically are gonna disconnect. There is this energy of you deciding that, if something here is not gonna fulfill my cup, if someone is not gonna show up properly, then I will walk away and I will disconnect. What's gonna come for you, what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck, you have the King of Cups, you have the Eight of Pentacles, right? So you are the King of Cups, Queen of Cups. You're gonna find yourself actually you're going to find yourself in a better situation than where you were before, because you're basically closing up a chapter here where you used to be stressed out. 3 of Swords, 9 of Swords. You have been heartbroken, and there has been a lot of pain, like I said, because there was too much conflict going on between you and this person. You could have also dealt with an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Now, let's get into your reading and let's clarify everything for you. Scorpio. So let's clarify the Six of Pentacles. So the Six of Pentacles, dear Scorpiana, is clarified by the Wheel of Fortune, King of Swords, Nine of Cups, and you have the Eight of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So very similar to what I was just saying for your upcoming future. You know, you're no longer playing small. Like, you're no longer in this place of, you know, let me just negotiate my worth and my value. Let me see if they're gonna like me. Let me see if they're gonna approve me. That's just not happening, okay? You show up when you want to. You do what you want. And I feel like that for many of you, there is a shift that's happening for you. You're becoming very clear with your higher self, with the universe, and in general, with the people around you, and with someone very specific that, like, look, if you're not gonna show up properly, if you're not gonna show up in a way that is going to really, this person could be a Libra, by the way, too, okay? And, you know, if you're a cross-watcher, if this didn't happen, don't take it personal. I feel like that for many of you, you're basically setting up the standard. You're raising the bar here, okay, with someone. Because, you know, for many of you, you dealt with a specific person who was very much closed off. This person maybe was just focused on their own needs, focused on what made them happy, and some of you felt kind of neglected in this situation. And that is why, dear Scorpio, you have the Eight of Cups at the bottom of the deck. You could be walking away from this situation and just closing this chapter completely until this person changes, comes correct. But then by then, you are going to be traveling as well. There's travel coming up for you in the near future. So you could also meet someone else. Now, in the recent past, you have the Five of Swords. There was a huge conflict that took place between you and someone else. Five of Swords. Five of Swords here is clarified by the Six of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Emperor. So you could have also dealt with an Aries. I see here this situation becoming really overwhelming for you, Scorpio. You're someone that you love very deeply, okay, very passionately. I see here, again, with the Six of Pentacles, right, which is your challenge, you kept making an offer to someone who seems to have been very rigid in their ways, or very closed off, or they had their own standards, and it's like almost you had to shrink yourself and you had to mold yourself to be with this person. Okay, you could have dealt with someone who had also facial hair features with the Emperor. So I really feel like here for many of you, it was very challenging for you to navigate through this situation. And on the other note, I'm going to mention something here. I don't always say this about this card, but maybe the person you were dealing with also had someone else on the side. Okay, they could have been a third party. So this person also was not consistent in their presence in your life because of the third party. Page of Cups here, and I think the Moon. So you kept waiting to see if this person truly loved you. It's clarified by the Moon. I literally just said it, the King of Cups and the Eight of Cups and the King of Wands. Might have dealt with the fire sign, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. So as I said earlier here, you felt that there was something was hidden. The Moon, dear Scorpio, talks about our hidden fears, anxiety, big question marks. So you kept waiting to see if this person was going to be honest with you and if they're going to actually offer you love, if they were going to be truly expressing their love towards you. And with the Moon, Cancerian energy, you could have Cancer in your birth chart, or you could have dealt with a Cancer. Something was concealed from you. You're someone that you're very intuitive, and maybe you started really catching up on that this person was not really being honest with you. Maybe they were entertaining multiple people at the same time, and you just felt like something was off. The Moon is clarified by the Hanged Man, Pisces energy, Ten of Wands, and the Queen of Wands, and the Queen of Cups. A lot of King, Queen, Emperor type of energy, or King, you know, definitely a very specific archetype, a very specific personality. Okay, now for many of you, I think that your intuition was right. If you kept maintaining, it was high maintenance type of relationship, and if you try to really keep up with this person and keep up with this person's behavioral patterns, or just in general how they were functioning in a relationship, I think that it would have been very exhausting for many of you. You became really, really tired. You became really exhausted in this dynamic. You have the Queen of Cups, and then there is the Page of Cups. You said to yourself, why am I really putting my efforts into this situation? Could have dealt with the Sagittarius. Why is there always this struggle here with this person? And something came to an end. And I think that you have still been you're still recovering from that ending. Here you have the Death card. You're rejuvenating. There is definitely a rebirth that's also happening for you. The Death card is clarified by the King of Wands, the World, and the Sun. Could be dealing with the Leo here as well. So you have the Three of Swords. You're finally, congratulations, because you're finally, dear Scorpio, moving on and healing from this heartbreak. Indeed, it has not been easy for many of you to experience that. You have the High Priestess. This was actually for your highest good. It was even a blessing in disguise. The Death card here, it's a closure, right? You have the World, the last card in Major Arcana. So definitely a closure here. A cycle is coming to an end, and there is happiness on the other side. I do feel like here you're almost there, or you already have made it on the other side. A lot of you dealt with someone who was still stuck with the person from the past. I do see here the King of Wands looking to the Queen of Wands. This could have been a fire sign dealing with another fire sign, and they were still stuck on that. And you were kind of like stuck in this, in the middle of this situation. Okay, this person maybe was still dealing with somebody from their past. Could have been also legal matters that this person was involved. But I think that because this person put you through so much. And it's like karma is visiting and knocking on their door. I don't do those kind of readings in the signs, but I think this person has a lesson to learn. So the Justice is clarified by the Magician, the Four of Pentacles, and the Judgment. It's the Judgment's day, honey, and you are the Judgment. Judgment is the card of a Scorpio. So for many of you, I feel like here that this person might have tried to manifest something. There is a manifestation that's being held back from them. That's the best way that I can put. That's literally what I see. This person is trying to manifest something, and it's not coming into fruition because their intentions are not right, because they're not in the right state of mind. They're not in the right place. They're trying to manifest something, and that manifestation, it just keeps being, bouncing. It just keeps bouncing back. You know what I mean? And it just doesn't happen the way that they want it to happen. Why? Because there is a Seven of Swords. There is lies, deception. There is dishonesty here that's happening. And they can lie to you. They can lie to me, to other people, Scorpio, but they cannot lie to the universe. The frequency can't lie, So the Seven of Swords is clarified by the King of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, and the Fool. This is someone that maybe also tried to come across as being very wealthy, or maybe even if they had the money, that they're the it person, the it guy, the it girl, you know what I'm saying? So for many of you, I feel like here this person maybe also might mishandle certain financial things is what I'm getting. This person is someone that doesn't move with integrity when it comes to money and finances. That's just what I'm picking up. Either they took some money from you, or there is something about money mishandling, and they're trying to start like a career shift or something, and it's just not happening. That's what I'm truly picking up on. Okay, and that's just because, they may also build something, but it's not built on truth. You have the Three of Wands, the World, and the Eight of Cups. So you're actually going to be traveling. You look into the future. You could be even going on a cruise very soon, clarified by the Eight of Cups, the Knight of Wands, and the Seven of Swords. You're sick and tired of these constant lies, of dishonesty. You have the Eight of Cups here. So you no longer want to be in a place where you're constantly feeling you are being lied to. This person is not being honest towards you, okay? So you have the Eight of Cups here twice in the near future. So I do see here, maybe you already have thought about it, that a therapy for you, good therapy might be, you may consider to potentially go on a trip and just kind of disconnect from this situation, because you've been hurt by this for such a long time. And there is a cycle that's finally coming to an end with the World. We're going to clarify the World and see what is it that you need to know, okay? So the World for you in the near future, dear Scorpio, is clarified by the Five of Pentacles, Ten of Cups, and the Lovers. Now, a lot of you are going to say, maybe this is not what I want to hear, Arman, right now, but you know what? You deserve happiness, and you deserve a very committed and a loving relationship, someone that's actually going to honor you and love you and respect you. Five of Pentacles, Ten of Cups. I think that what you're doing is you're closing off a chapter here with someone that was not treating you right and they were not in the right place. I'm getting here like abandonment wounds, abandonment issues here also. So there is definitely love waiting for you. You deserve to be in a relationship where there is going to be commitment. You have the Ten of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So, you know, to live the life that you truly deserve. And I feel like that by doing that, you're going to need to disconnect with the Eight of Cups. There is a disconnection here that's happening. Someone here is walking away because you're tired of going around the same loop, around the same mountain and repeating the same things. The Eight of Cups is clarified by the Queen of Swords, the Two of Wands, and the Ace of Wands. So for many of you, like I said, there is travel here. You could be meeting someone where you can when you can start having a conversation with. You know, you're starting to speak things into existence for your future as well. Queen of Swords, Two of Wands. You're starting to kind of really project the future that you want to create for yourself. And I see here a new opportunity of a new relationship opening up for you, right, when you're walking away. And someone is going to be very unsettled about that. Someone is going to find out about it, Scorpio, and they're going to be very unsettled. There is the Seven of Pentacles, the Seven of Wands, and the Eight of Swords. So I feel like someone is still contemplating, and they're, you know, they're gonna, this is what I'm getting, Scorpio. I feel like this person, when something happens in their life, they're going to remember that exact moment and that exact date, what they did to you. Out of all the things in their life that they have done or experienced, when karma visits them, I think that they're gonna remember that exact time and date, what they did to you. Because this is someone that really, really mistreated you, okay? Dear crosswatcher, if you didn't do this, please do not take it personal, okay? Let's see what is the advice for you, dear Scorpio. What do you need to know? What is the advice? So you have the Two of Pentacles, you have the Emperor, and the Ace of Pentacles. Great. And then you have the Hierophant at the bottom of the deck. So marriage, commitment, relationship. So you could be going back and forth in your mind and say, you know what, I still want to work things out with this person here. But with the Two of Pentacles, excuse me, Scorpio. With the Two of Pentacles, I do strongly feel like here that you're going to need to really decide and weigh your options down, because when it comes to committing yourself to the person, you could be dealing with an Aries. Is this person consistent? Is this something really long-term that I can really, look for? Is there an equal give and take exchange energy, right? Is this person matching my frequency and my energy? Because for many of you, I do strongly feel like here that there is an opportunity that's going to come towards you and you have a choice. It's like almost a choice between someone potentially new entering into your life or someone that you already have dealt with. But I think that you really, really have had enough and you're walking away from this situation, at least for now, or maybe for good. Because you're realizing that for the rest of 2026, you can't just be sitting here and trying to entertain someone that is not being consistent with you and is very much on and off and indecisive, okay? So this is what I had for you as an advice. Gotta get some water, hold on. My throat chakra, someone's throat chakra is going through something, but let me just get water real quick, and then I'm gonna come back and do the competition. So the competition, honey buns. Okay, so we have Metamorphosized Monet. Okay, so that's awesome. Thank you. Best suggestions for having a hobby or career, whichever message arrives. Thank you again. Of course, you're so welcome. So best suggestions, or you're asking to see what is it that you need to know for, like hobby or career, right? Okay, Scorpiana, hold on everybody, stay in here because we're gonna pull a card and we're gonna see what is it that Metamorphosized Monet needs to know. I want to thank to each and every one of you for being here, because it really means a lot, okay? Your presence and your beautiful comments. Dear Scorpio, y'all have been so good to me. Make sure to also hit that like button as well, okay? Hype the video, leave positive comments as well. So let's get into this and see what you need to know. I'm going to use the original tarot deck. So what do you need to know? Okay, let's get into your reading and see what do you need to know. Okay, so what is an advice here for you? You know what I'm getting? I think you might need to start doing something. 11:11 on the clock right now. Literally, I'm recording this like late at night, like 11:11 p.m. So there is something about art, like drawing. You could be an artist, or you could maybe into artistry. Also, you have the Knight of Swords. Okay, so for your career and advice, I think if you have ever had worried about like what do you want to do, I think you might have worried about how fast you can get there, but I think it's all about consistency. Sometimes this is about you getting a profession, a job, or a career that maybe it may not go so fast, but you have a vision and you have an end goal. Because some people are going so fast without any sense of direction here. You have the strength, okay? So you got all that it takes for you to achieve your career and your success. There is something about very gentle about you. I think that you are able to work with maybe like children or like people who have like difficulties. You're able to support them. You have the Death card. So transformation, this is your card right here, okay? And you have the Tower, that is also Scorpio. Knight of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so I feel like there is a big shift that's happening for you with the Tower. There is possibly a career shift that's on the horizon for you. Something is changing. You have literally Scorpio cards right here and you're a Scorpio. I feel like you are on your way to becoming financially independent with the Nine of Pentacles. But one of the things that I'm going to mention is when you look at this, when you look at the very bottom, nobody notices this. There is a little snail. Do you see that little snail at the bottom of the Nine of Pentacles, right? So snail, it means that even though there is a hobby or a job that you want to create, maybe you want to start a podcast channel, I don't know, something, right? Don't worry about the speed or how fast the results are going to come in. As long as you're consistent, I do see here you're getting there, and that could be more substantial for you. I do see here you potentially like creating something that's gonna bring you more revenue, and you're gonna be like very self-sufficient. You have the Knight of Wands. You could be someone that you're very also much interested into like traveling, or maybe you have somewhere maybe Sagittarius in your birth chart. I think you might also be great at like traveling and like vlogging, or you could be making videos or talking about your desired places that you have visited so far. I think you'll be really great at like giving reviews and things like that. That's what I'm strongly getting, like as a hobby, you could do that. You could also start, like I really did see this in the beginning, working with plants or maybe growing plants, or teaching about plants. Something about biology here I see could be very significant. Maybe that's your background, like biology. Okay, what's another important message here for you? I'm going to pull one more important message. Okay, so you have the Seven of Wands and the Temperance. So there is a situation here that's going to be shifting for you. Now for you also, you could start getting into some sort of a physical activity. You could start training yourself for something that you haven't done before. I think you might be also getting out of your comfort zone and trying something really new for you. I do strongly feel like here also that you could be a therapist, or you could think about like helping people on how to heal. Like you're a very multifunctional, multi-dimensional person. Okay, so I think you have a variety of things that you do, but your main message is start now with what you have and what truly your inner child and your younger self would want you to do. And don't worry about the speed. As long as you are consistent, you'll see the progress, right? It will be steady rather than just up and then down. Like, a lot of YouTubers out there, they have one video blows up 1 million, and then the rest of their videos, the views are just, it's not because their niche is not it. They're just running out of it, So you become the niche of what you want to do. So this is what I had for you. Thank you so much, everyone. I really appreciate it. I hope that this helped, and I will see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.